going up and up, it's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Not going back. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. It's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days.
Hey guys, so we're gonna play some Madden NFL 20.
Hello everybody, I'm Jonathan Coachman, and this is Super Bowl Sunday.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy between the Detroit Lions taking on a second team from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings.
Set. Red 80. Mike 54. Hey, watch the slant. Look at him.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that's not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Throwing to Stafford. Got a man. It's Amendola.
Wow, that was a fumble.
Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player,
I'm
when
gonna
you catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
It's caught. Smith. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. A chance for the first score of this Super Bowl. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run with Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Lions offense set to take over. Charles, 3-12-1 for them in 2019. Matt Patricia will be back for a third year. They'll be picking third in the draft, by the way, but this season really got off to a rocky start in week 1. They had a lot of close losses, but that seems to be the storyline every year for Detroit.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy because you mentioned week 1 at Arizona, big lead in the fourth quarter, ended up in a tie. Arizona walked away feeling like the tie was good. For Detroit, it was bad, but they picked themselves off the mat from that one and won their next 2. They were 2-0-1 at home against Kansas City. Lost a close one, and as you noted, that was the pattern for the year, and finished up 3-12-1. And I think they led in 14 of the 16 games they played in 2018.
And it's hard to fathom. So now the question, you know what I'm going to ask, where do they go from here?
Well, they feel good about the offensive side of the ball and their coaching staff, but a lot of changes made on the defensive side. I would expect head coach Matt Patricia to be even more involved with the defense now. That's his expertise, and he needs to fix that side in order for this team to become contenders again. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On second down and 4, Stafford. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Cousins, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. On second down now, it's Cook. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And did he get in? No, down at the 1-yard line. Well, you hate that for him. He gets so close on the big run, but has him in excellent position.
And I know there's plenty of competitive spirit on the defensive side of the ball, but part of me wonders if they would have just preferred him to go ahead.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's Amir Abdullah that finishes it off with a touchdown run. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. As the offense comes out here, CD, we got to talk about the big one. We've waited for it all season long, down to the final 2 in Miami. All the glitz, all the glamour. And oh, he coughed it up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. To throw on 3rd down. Stafford. Oh, he may have gotten lucky. Tried to dump it off underneath on the check down. Nearly picked. Instead, it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away.
I normally do straight rushes.
Oh, boy, he fielded it right on the goal line. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. All right, let's discuss Amir Abdullah. We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. They run again on 1st down. Cook. He's got the 1st down and more past midfield. And finally brought down at the 31-yard line. Last play, they went over 20.
Two deep coverage, which we call cover 2. And what that really means is you have corners, what we call rolled up in about a 5-yard area on the outside receivers. Then your safeties are back closer to the hash marks near the middle of the field, somewhere around 10 to 12 yards back. So if you can break through the first level.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph, 31 yards. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Bailey got the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. From the 27, Stafford, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence. Now Jones is hit. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there.
Ooh.
Extra point good by Prater, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder, coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A toss to Cook. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down. Running for it, here's Cook. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and
it's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And his throw here's incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Play fake. Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. Oh, that was dangerous. Thrown into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing, Cousins, rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Check back.
They go play action. Cousins. Open man, David Morgan, the tight end. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. Bailey's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached... As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight. As we'll get back to you.